G'day. How's everybody? Chrissey here from Footprint Tarot. I'll wait for a few minutes. I hope everyone's going well, that they enjoyed the rest of their weekend. As I've moved my Tuesday live streams from mornings my time to evenings. So, yeah. So while I'm waiting for people, I will say hello to all of you who choose to click on my videos at a later date. That really is appreciated. And yeah, it's the support is very much appreciated. Hi, Kathy W. Good morning, Kathy. And yeah, so I hope this is working well. This having lives at this time slot is working well. You know, sometimes you've got to move things out around a bit. So, yeah, how are you, Kathy? I am getting some paper here. Oh, notebook. Oh, who's this? Mornings are much better for you. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I'll be keeping the Sunday where it is. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better. Pretty well back to 100%. So, yeah, got a couple of things. We went for a bit of a trip today, about an hour 15 up the coast to a place called Lancelin. We went up there, took a picnic lunch up there. We got out of the house for about 4 hours and got out of Perth. So we went for a drive up, had a picnic lunch and came back. It was a lovely day for doing that. And yeah, and we've got a bit of rain forecast in the next few days, I think, actually. So, yeah. So, Kathy, have you got someone you want me to read on? Yes, it was a lovely day. That photo of me that you might see on some of my videos where I've got like Footprint Tarot and you've got me, the face photo of me that was taken up at Lancelin. So, the hot topics videos for today are loading. And if you're watching and you want to know more about the hot topics videos, I do them every weekday. I do around 10 minutes, sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more. I usually do 2 subjects a day, stories that not necessarily just the stuff we talk about, like Josh Hawley. So I did a read on the French parliamentary elections today, and also there's some speculation that the Pope might be resigning. High Spirits Beyond the Stars, Josh Hawley and the Jan 6. So if you are interested in those, and I have an open session at the end of the last Saturday morning of the month, my time, which is the last Friday evening in the US, I have an open session, and also I do an archangel reading once a week. And also, if you are a member, you get to see my Hidden Treasures and Mystery Tour videos early, 48 hours before everyone else does. So, yeah, it's $3.99 a month. So if you're if you're watching and you're interested in that, oops, that's my phone. That's the alarm to going off saying, if you haven't done your hot topics video, do it now. I will be back in about 30 seconds. Okay. Oh dear. So we've got Josh Hawley and January 6th. So I can put him down. Oh, sorry about the yawn, guys. It's been a long day. Had a lovely drive, but yeah, it can. Yes. Mm. Hello to all my lovely lurkers as well, if you're lurking, and thank you for joining us, and give us a thumbs up. Thumbs up are always appreciated. I have a little puppy dog on my chin today. Have to put some cream on it. Looks like a little doggy, doesn't it? Little terrier, little Whitby. I scratched it or something. So yeah. There are worse things to be blessed with. If you got a scratch on your chin, then a scratch in the shape of a puppy dog. So yeah, I can do Josh Hawley. Who else can we look at? You know, there's just so much. You know. Little Whitby, yeah. I only just noticed it, that it looked like a puppy dog. Japan and NATO to step up ties. Oh, that's an interesting story. Japanese and NATO officials agreed Tuesday to step up military cooperation in joint exercises amid concerns. How about the bipartisan gun control? Will it happen? Apparently, Susan Collins is saying that she was duped into voting for Brett Kavanaugh. No, she wasn't. I saw that, and no, she wasn't. I hate to say this, but you can't trust a word that comes out of that woman's mouth. So, yeah. Several marches are going on this weekend. Yeah. Yeah. let's have a look at her. She's not up for re-election for a while yet, is she? She won her last election. Boris beat off the no confidence vote. Missouri GOP quietly funnels taxpayers' money to a fake client to try to trick abortion seekers. Hi, Sherry French. Elon Musk is going down a very dark whirlpool. Try to trick abortion seekers. This is in the morning daily newspaper. To try to trick abortion. So they funnel taxpayers' money to a fake client or to a fake clinic. Yeah, it's a bit hard to read on something when the language gets a bit confusing. That's all. Hi, Laura. How are you? There's a lot of there's some primaries happening today in the US, isn't there? In 7 different states. Is that correct? There's also a recall vote for the San Francisco District Attorney. What states are getting having primaries? Are they Democratic primaries or what's going on today? Oh, good. Especially if she left them alone. A mother that is being prosecuted for attending the January 6th insurrection left 6 children at home so she could attend the January 6th breach on the Capitol. She left them by themselves, did she? Hi, Kirsten, Uncover the News. How are you, my darling? So we're just looking at some stories that we can look at. So I'm going to start with Trump appears to have destroyed official records after he left office. Will the DOJ investigate? I think they already are. Yeah. Far-right provocateur, now MTG intern, Milo Yiannopoulos has erased his Telegram feed, including posts from... Hello? Yeah, Roman Abramovich. So this guy has erased his Telegram feed. Isn't that a right-wing platform? including posts from late 2020 stating why he's a far-right provocateur and now MTG intern. What's Hi, Craig Dixon. Why has this young person erased his Telegram feed? What's his name? Milo Yiannopoulos. Ace of Wands, energy, growth. Cards of the highest truth and compassion. Conflict. Trying to get away with something. I think he's trying to clean up his act. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's trying to clean up his act. Or on the surface anyway, and trying to get away with a few things. So, yeah. Yes, there's several Proud Boys people being indicted with seditious conspiracy. Quite a few of the Oath Keepers, about 4 of them, I think, pled guilty to get lesser sentences. Okay, let's have a look at the bipartisan gun control bill. Gun control. Will it happen? Even Manchin seems to be pulling his head in on that one. Well, there's certainly a lot of swift progress towards it. There's, they're talking to each other, negotiating. 5 of the Hierophant. So this is a possibility of it, maybe. So there's certainly communication and negotiation, and the lovers, they might actually come to an agreement. They might come to an agreement. They might be able to pass something. We've got 2 high impact cards here, so it might still take a little while. I'm thinking that while the cards say yes, a big possibility, and yes, and there's movement towards it, I'm still getting it's not going to happen in the immediate future. Oh, don't worry about the GOP being dark to read on. That's not a problem. Rara, yes. I am. Hi, Rara. You can ask a political question at the moment, but I will do single card reads in a little bit. So if it's personal, if you wait a little bit, you can ask a personal question. So things will happen eventually. They will be able to cut through the crap eventually. But these 2 major arcana cards mean it's going to be a little bit, still a bit ahead. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Rara, you can ask a political question now. And I will be doing single card reads in a little bit. So if you want a personal question answered with a single card, you can. Yeah, I'll be starting that in about 5 minutes. Change, or should I just move on? Oh, okay. Well, okay, I'll put you up there first, Rara, to do a read. Now, I have started and recently, throwing in some single card reads, and I'll do that. If you want a full reading, you can email me and you'll get to that chance map. Yes, that's all right. That's all right. Yeah. So you'll be first up, my dear. And Rara for the reading. No. Like I said, I've recently started doing single cards. So I'll draw a card on it for you. What I do is I'll do some political readings for a while, and then I'll do a few minutes of single card readings. So yeah, I will answer. We'll have a look at that for you in a few minutes. Rara, that's not a problem. Is Russia planning to create a food crisis as a weapon? Yes. Now the UN guy came out with this at the UN, and the oh, Rara, sweetheart, you don't have to call me ma'am. It's Chrissy. Okay, you don't have to call me ma'am. So yes, they came out and accused them that of that, and the Russian representative walked out. So this is interesting. So let's have a look at this. And yes, Kathy W., I'll still look at Josh Hawley for you. So okay. Oh, look. Of course, on the bottom, a tower. So yes, they're definitely wanting to make a bad impact, have a bad impact. And yes, definitely. So look at these two cards. The tower is on the bottom of the deck, shadowing it. Create a catastrophic food shortage, possibly, by blocking the ships. Yes. And destroying the grain. So yes, he was right. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're throwing a lot at it. So they are very much. And yes, with the 9 of swords causing anxiety and food shortages, yes. Your election for Oklahoma is June 28th. Okay, now I'm going to start with Rara's question. And then, so for the next 5 or 10 minutes or so, I'll do the single card draws. Used the angels the other day. So I think we might do the fairy ones. So Rara's question, you never have to apologize, my darling. If you're going through a tough time. Rara's question is, there's someone called Sean. Guide to the highest truth and compassion. Please give me some insight, clarity, and objectivity into Rara's question. The 9 of Winter, unfounded fear, focusing on the worst case scenarios and allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. Now, so this question, it's been causing you a lot of anxiety, and I got, the first thing I got when I saw that was he's been causing you a lot of anxiety. See this girl, she's looking there and she's praying and praying for a change, praying for something to ease up the pressure that's inside. I think that you might have a fear that by letting this person go, that you're not going to be able to do it on your own. You are, my darling, and there are people there to help you. Okay. How many chances have you given already? It's like a relationship, a good relationship shouldn't fill you with anxiety, shouldn't cause you to toss and turn and worry and lose sleep at night. Um, but you are a little bit afraid that you can't do it on your own. You are a lot stronger than you think you are, my darling. Um, so there are people that you can talk to as well. And I think you need to talk to somebody uh, who's got some really good advice for you. But they don't want you interfered. Um, but they're willing to tell you, to give you some help. Um, you've come as far as you can on your own. You've come as far as you can with this. Okay? And if you're worrying about whether you've got the strength to go ahead on your own, you have. It's an unfounded fear. Okay? And just remember, if you do move on, if you decide to move on, and you have the strength to do it, my darling, you've been living with building anxiety for way too long. There are people who will help you if you're worried about how this person will react or what he'll do. Okay? I can't tell you to do it or not to do it, but I can tell you that the fears that you have about doing it are unfounded and you know um, and there are avenues to help you through the process. Okay, there you go, my darling. Now, who wants a card? Will Florida and all the other red states cover up the monkeypox numbers? Yes. I don't think they're going to get too out of hand, but they're not. Hi, Celtics there. They're not going to want to. Grandma dear, they're not going to want to let people think that they have monkeypox. Okay. Now, who wants a card? Oh, they will. Don't worry about the DOJ. They will. Would anyone like a card? Craig, you do. Okay. Okay. I'm curious to know how you like this new mix of a bit of politics, a few single cards. And remember, I'm only doing single cards. I won't do more than one card because, I do readings as well. And, DeSantis beats Trump. Yes. Yeah, the straw poll. I'm going to have a look at how Trump's reacting to that. So how is Trump reaction? And I haven't forgotten Josh Hawley. He's next. Okay. Trump straw poll defeat. Hi, Dishes and Stitches. Haven't seen you for a little bit. Okay, so Craig and then Sherry and then Dishes and Stitches. And then I'll do one more after Dishes and Stitches. So get your name in here. Letitia Lozano, hello. And then I'll stop and we'll do a few more political readings. And then I'll do another session before we wrap up. Okay. 6 of Summer, Craig. Children or childhood, the return of people or romances from the past. Remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they actually occurred. So how does this card relate? I'm really honed in on remembering events differently in a better or worse light. There is, and I think it's heading towards the worst light. I think, my darling, that It's not so much what the events were, it's how you thought people perceived you as a result of those events. And sort of, especially a couple of people who you maybe backed off from for a little bit or felt they backed off from you, it's a good time to reconnect with those people. Just I think you feel like there's something that you need to clear the air with and find out what they really thought. I think you've been carrying something with you that you thought that they might blame you or something like that. Have a talk to these people. The opportunity is coming up, and I think you will see that things are not as bad as you reacted or you remember them, or the as bad as you feared they would be. And I think you were too hard on yourself, my darling. I think you were too hard on yourself. So whatever that is about, have a chat and just sort it out, and you'll be really, really surprised about what other people actually for. I think you've been too hard on yourself for too long. Okay? Because you've got some wonderful people coming back into their life, and they're coming back in because they want to. Okay? It's a great opportunity to mend some bridges. Okie dokie. Spirit Beyond the Stars. Okay, I'll put you down first for the second lot. But Sherry French, Dishes and Stitches, and then Leticia Liano. Hi, Ron. Sherry. I don't know if that rang a bell with you. I think it did. But yeah. The King of Autumn. Sherry, compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and gifted. This is the King of Pentacles. This is really true. Be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. Everything is going your way, and a good person or company to work for. You're a good person to work with. You're a good person to work for. You've maybe had your confidence rattled a little bit, but time to dig in and find that Sherry that everyone knows is there and they respect. And you may have got knocked back on your butt a little bit, I think, and now it's time to step up and reclaim that Sherry that everyone sees, the strong, confident person. And yes, stand your ground. You're right. You're right. And things will, that stability, you'll get your footing back, darling. Okay? I felt you were knocked off balance for a little bit, but you'll get your footing back. Okie doke. Dishes and Stitches. How are you? Lovely photo. Lovely photo, Dishes and Stitches. And how are you, Ron? The Five of Autumn. The Five of Pentacles. It says reach out to others for assistance. It's poor timing for a career change and feeling challenged by money issues. So obviously, this is the out in the cold card. That you feel like you're not sure what you should do at the moment. And I'm really getting to reach out for others. Get some advice, okay? there might be an opportunity that you've seen somewhere and you think, oh, that could really help. Be cautious, my darling. Really talk to others and find out what you can do with the job you're in or whatever to help you out some more, because I think you'll be surprised what resources are available to you. But I think you haven't felt like there are any, but I think you'll be surprised. So go and talk to, if you're retired, talk to some associations. If you're working, go and talk to your boss. I think you'll be surprised. It's not asking for a handout. It's looking to see what is available for you. Okay, so don't let pride, stop you from exploring the options that are available to you where you are. Because I think if you decided to move on, it would not turn out for the best for you. Okay, I fully agree with that second statement. Poor timing for a career change. So really, find out what is around you that can help you. Okay, Letitia, I try not to get too personal. Okay, guys, I try not to get too personal. But I really think it needs to be said. I will say it, okay? Letitia. Okay, thank you. The Queen of Summer, Letitia. The Queen of Cups, loving, comfortable, comforting, emotional, and intuitive. It says, listen to your heart, intuitive insights you can trust. Taking care of others, perhaps too much. The thing about Care Bears, especially mother Care Bears, is that they can sometimes be a little bit smothering. But the other side of that, with the perhaps too much, is that you're so focused, and I think this is what I think is for you, is that you're so caught up in taking care of others, you haven't been looking after yourself as you should. Take a step back and, they'll be fine without you for a little while. Look after yourself for a little while, my darling. Okay? I think you've been, getting some messages either from your body or, going through your brain. Listen to them. Take a step back. You love looking after others, and they love having you look after them. But they also love you and wouldn't want you to neglect yourself. Look after yourself a little bit better, my darling, okay? Look after yourself a little bit better. Okay, just take a step back and take time for you. I think you're maybe a little bit overstressed. So there you go. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, Spirit Beyond the Stars, you'll be the first one up for the next card reading. So what I'll do is, write you down. Hi, I'm James. How are you? That rings a bell with you, does it, Latina? You need coffee. Hi, Geek. How are you? You have been missing in action for a little bit. I understand you've been very busy helping others. My wonderful darling Geek, Keith, you are one of the most wonderful. You are a true angel. Okay, so Spirit Beyond the Stars is first up for the next card lot. Spirit Beyond the Stars. Let's have a look at Josh Hawley and January the 6th, as Kathy W. asked me a while ago. And then we're going to have a look at Trump's reaction to being beaten or defeated by DeSantis in a straw poll. And it's, oh, okay. Josh Hawley. You can have a card, yes. M. James, yes, you can have a card when I do the next round, okay? Oh, Geek, you are such a sweetheart. You are such a sweetheart, and you give so much of yourself to others. And I got the same message for you I had for Letitia. Look after yourself, my darling, okay? Look after yourself. I think that you taking a day off or some time off would drive you crazy. But perhaps maybe shorten your days a little bit. Okie doke. Okay, let's have a look. Josh Hawley and January 6th. Two of Pentacles. He's going to have to do some juggling. And I've got the phrase that went through my mind is juggling with the truth. Playing fast and loose, I think. Yeah. 7 of Wands. He is going to have to stand up and answer for his actions. Okay. So Kathy W., I'm reading on Josh Hawley now. The 5 of Swords. Now, this is abuse. One of the things, this is often about defeat, but there is also an aspect of unjustified means and abusing your position to do so. I've got caught. Have a look. I've got a little puppy dog on my chin today, just when I scratched my chin. So, perhaps I should go and get a tattoo put there a little doggy. So yeah, he's definitely a star. The star. He definitely, he definitely got some stuff to answer for, but he is not the major star of it all. He hoped he would. Thank you, Sherry French. That is absolutely lovely. Thank you. I so appreciate that. So he's not the star he hopes. He hasn't become the star he hoped to be. And he's sorry to all the snakes. How about a worm? He really thought he'd be a shining star and a shining light of the Republican Party, but he's not. 4 of Wands. I feel like this should be reversed, like a breakaway. It's like he's not got celebrations ahead of him. And it's definitely going to be an evening up of the scales. Hi, Linda B. Yes, you can have a card. I'll put you on the list. There you go. So, yeah, he's going to have to answer a few questions. Hi, Martha M. Martha M. I'll take 2 more names for cards, okay? Yeah, it happens, yep. And I'll do the last round of cards in about 10 minutes. I'm only going to do an hour today. My throat's actually a bit sore. So, yeah. I've had to change things up a little bit. And, yeah. It's raining here today, taking my rain poncho. Yes, take your rain poncho. Also, it's going to be have a dry shirt handy that you can change into. Okay, thank you. Yep. Thanks for that, Spirit Beyond the Stars. I might look at that Thursday. Okay, how's that? So how much trouble is Josh Hawley in? Let's have a look. How much trouble is Josh Hawley in? Thank you, Spirits Beyond the Stars. He sent me an email about the fake clinic account, so that will be interesting. Oh, he's in a lot of trouble because he made the bid to be a big time player, but I think he went about it all wrong. There's going to be lots of stuff coming out about him. Okay. You know, it's the ultimate, what is it? Pregnant with use. There's a lot. But these are major arcana, and the other one was the star was the major arcana. So don't expect it all to come spilling out in the next few days or even the next few weeks. But I think by the time the midterms come around. Hi, Human Generic. Okay. Oh, how did Trump take the news that DeSantis had beaten him in a straw poll? Oh, boy. Does that answer your questions? Let's have a look here. Okay, let's have a look here. Bunch of fireworky cards. Shouldn't be there. I hate when that happens. Hey, when you go and you find a card that's been separated from a deck and you haven't realised it and you've used the deck. And I used to really panic when that happened. But then I think, no, if that's happened for whatever reason, that card was just not meant to come into play. So, yeah. So how did Trump take it? Got two cards that popped out and fell onto the floor. Let's have a look. Whoa. Like a sulky, disruptive little kid. Honestly, if DeSantis had been in the room with him, he would have, you know, if looks could kill, the death card. He's not taking it well. And honestly, the thing is, this straw poll, it marks that irreversible change in Trump's power within the GOP party. So he's not reacting well. He's not taking it well. So that's the death card. And the Page of Queens, he's reacting like a spoilt brat, basically. The Six of Coins, it is an evening of the sky. He's not feeling validated. He's like, but we had a deal. We had a deal. He's yelling it. We had a deal. We had a deal. Ooh. Stabbed in the back. Stabbed in the back. How dare you? How dare you? This is also like I start to feel the walls closing in. The walls closing in. I think they're really, really afraid about what's going to come out with these public hearings. There might not be any huge, big smoking gun coming out, but they're really afraid they're going to, so they're throwing their weight behind someone else. Not that DeSantis will get in 2024, he won't. The Chariot, yeah. And there's momentum picking up. He doesn't have control of the Chariot anymore. He's starting to get a little bit scared because it's self-preservation. If he can't keep control of the Republican Party. They can't cheat and win and, you know, chuck out Biden and put him in place, you know. Food and gas prices. Will Biden issue executive orders to combat? And how are you, Apple? And Human Generic, hello. Yeah, soon it's going to be Trump who? Biden, I'm not surprised to get the hermit here. He is actually pretty cautious about using executive orders. So he's thinking about it, and he's thinking about it carefully. Yes. The Hierophant. You know, inflation. Janet Yellen admitted she had no idea what was going on. Gas, food, interest rates, and things. He's saying this is not tenable. An executive order is not his first go-to. It's actually his last resort. But he is thinking about it, and he is looking about how he can frame it, how to put it into play, what the order would contain. Will he issue executive orders to combat those things? Yes, I think he will, but it's still a little bit of ways. He really wants to make sure that when he does it, he's got it right. So, yeah. So I think he will, but it's still a little bit away because you've got a couple of major arcana. He's always cautious about using them, and he wants to make sure he gets it all right, all the steps right, and it's done the right way, and, written the right way. The language, indoctrination, it's about language. The language cannot be twisted. This is the thing about indoctrination, is people can take the language of something and they can twist it to their own ends. He wants to make sure that's not going to happen. But I do think he will. Might be a few weeks yet, but I do think he will. Now, it won't happen tomorrow or even this week or something, but I do think he will. Possibly for the new financial year, maybe. We'll see. But Tarot, terrible with time. It can be weeks to months, or months to years. So yeah. Anyone else got a question? Trump going to try and flee the country. Just popped into my head. Is he going to try and flee the country? He's talking to people about it. Maybe checking up on plans he's got in place. Page of Wands. Yeah, definitely talking to people about it. Will he succeed? No, it's the Seven of Swords. He won't get away with it. There you go. So I'll ask that question. And yeah. Okay. Well, I'll start in on the single cards for the rest of the time. I'm going to wrap it up at 9 o'clock my time, so 9 a.m. Normally I would go a bit longer, but I am a little bit tired. So, yeah, a bit of a headache and sinus playing up, but that's just, pretty normal for me. It's like, I've had more trouble with sinuses over here in Perth than I've ever had in North Queensland. So, yeah. Oh, you have to vote for them, Spirit Beyond the Stars. You have to. You have to. Even if you vote for a different, yeah. Fox News ratings during January 26. All right, I'll do a quick thing on that. Okay. What will happen to Fox News ratings during January 26? I think they're going to have to, if they want to keep it, they're going to have to watch people. The Hierophant. The opportunity to indoctrinate. To celebrate. You see, they're not Seven of Swords. Yeah. They're not going to be able to, I do think they might suffer. And if they try to show things out of context or anything, I don't think it's going to be a happy time for them. They won't air them, So people are going to want to know. And I think some people, of course, there'll be some people who say, Fox isn't showing them, there's nothing about them. But some people are going to go, hey, look, if they're not showing them, why? Hi, Bo Smith from New York. Hey. Okay, so we've got a little list here for a card reading, a single card. I've got 4 names. I'm willing to take another 3. So if you want, if you've already had a card tonight, don't ask again. But if you do want one now, I'm happy to do another 3. So Spirit Beyond the Stars is first. Night, dishes and stitches if you go into it. Queen of Spring. That is the Queen of Wands. Brilliant, loyal, talented, and friendly. Believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you. Maintain a balance between work life and home. Okay. Maura wants a card, and Judy Malley and Susie Hatcher. Yeah, okay. Susie Hatcher. And hello, Susie Hatcher. And you're new, Pam Norgan. Hello. All right, I can draw a card for Pam too, for her question. And Bo Smith. Okay. Maura, Susie Hatcher, Judy Malley, Bo Smith, and Pam Norgan. Okay, that's going to be the list for today. So if you haven't asked for a card by now, you'll have to wait. I'll be back again Thursday. Now, back to Spirits Beyond the Stars. Darling, your instinct is usually very good. You may have had your confidence rocked a little bit. Don't worry about it. You'll find your footing again. Believe in yourself. I'm honing in on the maintain a balance between work and home life. Okay, I think you've been swamped a little bit, and it's not so much the hours, it's the stress, and when you come home, you're finding it hard to let go. Work a little bit on letting go. Once you're out that door for work, you're out that door. That's lovely, Susie. Susie, first time on the live. Well, that's great. So yeah, let's be on the start. Once you're out of your workplace, you're out of the workplace. One of the things I used to do is when I was coming home from work, was on the train, I would use that to just go through my workday, whatever, think through whatever I wanted to think through and set things up to next, and then just decompress. And by the time I got off the train back up at Butler, work was behind me. That's maybe something you can do. So, yeah. And don't worry about whatever more extra confidence a little bit. You're fine. Just believe in yourself, okay? Believe what you believe in your heart is true. And yeah, follow your heart and you won't go wrong. You could sure use a card today. Oh, goodness. Human generic. Oh, no more. No more. Human generic. Yes, because you're such a wonderful person. No more. Okay. Yeah, it looks like you got in there straight away. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have to cross people off as I've done them. So, Spirit be honest. M. James. M. James. Let's see. The Princess of Summer, which is the Page of Cups. Gentle, sensitive, kind, inexperienced. So, there's a new relationship or emotional experience. So the relationship doesn't necessarily have to be personal. It could be business. It could be community. Invitations to social events. So it could be, I'm feeling like networking. A compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. I don't know whether you're very comfortable networking. Or whether it's not something you've done a lot of before, but I do feel like networking is going to be coming up in your future. You're a good communicator, my darling, M. James. You're a good communicator. And you're very good at body language. So take your cues from body language. That also it's going to take you a little bit of time to just get that in. Okay? I don't know if any of that makes any sense. To just get that to the good, to get it right. Not too long, maybe a few goes. Or maybe you've been out of networking for a little bit, but you're thinking it's time to get back into it. And it's going to feel like it's an all new experience because if it's something you haven't done in the past, it's going to be a learning experience. But if it's something you have done in the past, there's been some changes in the way things are done, especially with the introduction of social media. Okay. And social media and networking. And I think I'm honing in on that, so maybe you've had the idea of using social media to expand your networking a bit. Definitely. But there's a lot of, yeah. But definitely, if you're not sure how to go about it, there's lots of people you can ask. There's lots of videos and things like that. Yeah, what got through my head M. James, who I'm reading this card for. I just got, go and watch some TED Talks. They'll really give you what you need. I don't know if, I hope all that makes sense to you. So hopefully that all makes sense for you, my darling. Okay, M. James. I'm right on. I think there's something you've got something on your that you're thinking of doing. Check out TED Talks, my darling. I think you would rock. Linda B, how's your gorgeous granddaughter? Linda B, card for Linda B. Awakening. This is the Hangman. Change the way you're looking at the situation and embrace your uniqueness. A temporary pause in the action. Yeah, I think you need to. Hi, Dennis Thomas. How will the Republicans feel when January 6th? Scared. They're going to be scared, Dennis. Yeah. Yes. Good, out of school. Okay. For summer. Okay. Summer, it's going to be like a suspension in time. So school suspended, and you're going to need to just readjust the pattern of things and look at things a different way, so that she gets what she needs, and also being summer, all the wildness comes out a little bit. So yeah, temporary pause in action. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting summer for you. You might have to change your perspective on how you handle things, because summer behavior is different from school year behavior. So be aware that you might have to be a little bit more flexible than you are, than you have been, and you've been where you are for good reason. And it's not necessarily about rules or stuff like that, just in where you can go, what you can do, things like that. So yeah, a little bit of, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a learning curve for you, darling. So there you go. Oh, that's all right. I'm glad to welcome you back. Oh, now let's see. I'll draw a quick card on that question you asked. How will the Republicans feel when the January 6th committee starts airing their dirty deeds on June 9th, which is Thursday? They're going to want to stop it. They're going to come to a screeching halt. I think a few of them are going to start talking to lawyers, actually. I think, Linda B, you've been a little bit worried about how you're going to handle the summer. Just be prepared to be adaptable. Hi, Edna May. King of Swords. Oh, yeah. They're going to be, some of them are going to be scared about prosecutions. They're going to start thinking about possible prosecutions, which is why they're getting the lawyer, and anxiety. They're going to be anxious. Okay. Who's next on the list for a single card? Martha M. Martha M. 4 of Summer, 4 of Cups. It's got being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity, taking someone or something for granted, and discontentment with life, which is classic 4 of Cups. quite a few of them are going to jail already because they've pled guilty. Yeah, there's going to be quite a few jail sentences there, but sedition's really hard to prove. So to get convictions on. So they're going to try and get as many of them to plead guilty as possible. 4 of summer. I don't feel it's you that's been taken for granted. I think you feel that you've been taken for granted and you're not very content with this situation. Okay. And I think it's affected your confidence a little bit, Martha M. Hi, Nancy T. Okay, Nancy, I'm such a softie. Okay, if you're watching and you have not asked for a card now, Nancy T, just ask for a card. Okay. I can't do any more cards after Nancy T. Okay, so yeah. So take, and I think if it's been getting you down a little bit, and because you feel like you've been taken for granted, you're finding it harder to get the energy up, and you're finding it feeling a little bit apathetic about it. Stand up and say, "Hey, look, this isn't good enough. I do a lot here. Go on strike if you have to." And so you're going to have to take care of yourself for a while. You're going to have to do for yourself for a while, because I feel like you may have felt like you really missed an opportunity somewhere along the line. It will come back. But you need to be given some time for yourself to get yourself together. I think you're feeling a little bit worn out about things. Okay. And yeah. So it's a little bit distracting. And look, some people will say, "Oh my God, I'm sorry." But there's others who are never going to, acknowledge you the way you should be. So you just have to let those go. And yeah, but it's time for you to stand up and say, "Okay, I'm just sick of this. I've missed a couple of opportunities because I've gotten down about this whole situation, or it's just all gotten on top of me. So it stops now." Okay, reverse. And give yourself a little bit of a rest, a bit of something. If you feel you need a little bit of help to move on from this apathy and discontent, go and get it. But you'll be fine. And tell people, no, don't do it again. Okay? It's not something that you would normally have allowed to happen. So, yeah. Okay, Martha M, I hope that all made sense. Maura. Edna May, I'll be back Thursday, probably Thursday evening. I'm going to move the weekdays to evenings. So, life experience. This is the tower, my darling. So, it's let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event and a situation that leads to significant opportunity. There is a change coming. And it's like suddenly it's going to be there for you, Maura. Okay? And it's suddenly going to be like, "Oh, wow. Why didn't I see this earlier?" Possibly because you've just had the same things being played into your head and all that, and you've just been willing to accept and go along with it. But I think there's a point coming where you're going to go, "Hey, look, this is just bullshit. This shouldn't have happened." And grab the opportunity that's going to come out of it. Hi, I'm Steve. That's all right. That's okay, Steve. I hope it all works out for you. Okay. Yes, I can do Yes, I can do Kyle Rittenhouse on Thursday. Hang on a minute. Thursday. Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah. So some people will just still believe them. Others will just turn off the switch. Yeah. Maura, you've got a change coming, and it's really going to switch up your thinking and provide you with an opportunity you maybe didn't think was ever going to come along. So, yeah, it might. This is a big impact card too. So be prepared for maybe a bit of a shock, culture shock, whatever, some form of shock, but it's not going to be bad. Okay. There's also a couple of things that people have told you, oh, you're not this or you're not that. That's bullshit. Don't believe it. Let go of those negative thoughts, okay? Susie Hatcher. I've written down Edna May's question. You've got the Queen of Wands as well. Brilliant, loyal, talented, and friendly. Okay, you are really, really passionate. And it's like, oh, I know the way to get this done. That's the thing with the fire sign, with the wands. They can be a bit of my way is the only way. There are some wonderful people out there who have some ideas that can help you. Okay. And just your instinct is very good. But it's only going to take you so far with whatever the situation is you're looking at, Susie. So, yeah. So, if people come around that, I have an idea of how this project can be handled. Just stop your impulse to go, no, I've got it all in hand. No, accept their help, because they will only enhance whatever project you're doing or idea you've got. Okay? Curb that instinct to just say, no, I can do it all myself. You don't have to do it all yourself. And the queens are very much like that, feeling that they've got to do it all themselves, that they're the ones who keep the engines going, and they are, but they don't have to do it all themselves. Okay? So your idea is solid and all that, but it's let people who want to help you with it help you. Okay? Let them in, because it will work out so much better than you'd ever hoped. Okay, Susie Hatcher. Judy Malley. Hello, Judy. Okay, Judy Malley. Where are you, Judy? You still here, darling? Balance. The first thing that's coming to my mind, Judy, is that you've been overdoing things. And people have been trying to tell you, but you've been like, I've got it. Some people are overreacting. Yeah, cameo jail, sorry. Some people are like, just right on, and they're right on. Okay. If you listen to the ones who are just at the right balance and talk to them, the ones who are overreacting out of care for you, will stop and stop the beep, 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 beep sirens in your ear. Yeah, slow down, my darling. Take some time. Okay? The things that need to get done in your life will get done. You don't need to wear yourself thin to get them done. Take better care of yourself. Okay? Take better care of yourself. Yeah. And you've been feeling a little bit rocky. There's one person who I think has hit the thing on the head for you. So, and I think you know that. So go and talk to them. I hope that makes sense. Bo Smith. And Pam Norgan, you're up next, and you wanted to know if something could be done for your pain. So, Bo Smith, what's going on with Bo Smith? Yeah, it is a messed up world. Yeah, but just make sure to set. That's right, Susie. Just make sure to set the limits. Be very clear about what your boundaries are. Okay, and how much. But yeah. Yeah, setting boundaries early on is really important and keeping to them. Cameo, you are on international YouTube and you're licking your butt? Yeah, I should think so. Oh my God, my cat got pornographic. Oh my goodness, Bo Smith, my darling. Let's have a look. Princess of Autumn. That's the Page of Pentacles, an opportunity. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly. Needing a little push to get going. Okay. I think like you've been waiting, Bo Smith, for an opportunity and sort of maybe gave up a little bit, thinking it was never going to come along. It is going to come along. And I think maybe you'll be a little bit in shock, like, oh no, this can't be true. So grab it. Don't hesitate. Grab it. There's an opportunity coming along for you, and grab it. Okay? And I keep honing in on mischievous for you. I don't know about jail time, but there's definitely going to be a lot of running sloth. There's definitely going to be a lot of fines and possibly, there's definitely going to be something happening. I don't know about jail time, but so. Yeah, so Bo Smith, there's an opportunity, come grab onto it and run with it. I've got mischievous. So possibly something that allows you to play on your sense of mischief a little bit, but always, I think it's that you take what you do seriously, but you don't take yourself too seriously, and that's not too bad. But also, don't put yourself down in an effort to be mischievous. So that you might not take so make sure everything's in place, close everything. There's an opportunity coming along and you should grab it. Okay, Pam Norgan. Pam, my darling, are you still there? You want to know if there's something that can be done for your pain, if the doctors will be able to help you with your pain. You certainly should be seeing them, yeah. Talk to them about some alternatives, or you have a safe travel, Anne, okay? Safe flight, my darling. 3 of Summer, 3 of Cups. News worth celebrating. Well, that's good news for you, Pam Norgan. Announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births, friends you cherish, but news worth celebrating. And it's also about support, the 3 of Summer. So I think if you ask, definitely ask, what other things that you might be able to get talk to your medical insurance company if you can. There might be some other services that you can access that will help you. I do feel like you'll maybe even get some good news, if not about the pain itself, about some of the services that might be available to you to help with it. So hopefully good news is on the way. Please let me know how that goes. You can email me. It's my email there, and everything. And if you want a full reading, if anyone wants a full reading, you can email me, and I'll send you details of prices and how it can be done and all that. Human Generic and Nancy T are the last 2 cards I'm doing, okay? So, and then I'm going to sign off after that. My cat's licking her lady garden for the whole world. Human Generic. Oh, my darling, how are your cats? Oh, I drew out 2 for you, so this is okay. Normally it would just be 1, but because 2 came out, well, I'll do the 2. Princess of Spring, which is the Page of Wands, optimistic, enthusiastic, and creation. But the 7 of Winters, there's a better choice. There's a better choice, not seeing things clearly and running away from the truth. I'm honed in on the better choice there. Go after your dreams and do something that expands your horizons, okay? And let your creativity take flight. But make sure in doing that you don't let your enthusiasm cloud your judgment. If there's 2 choices to make, take the one that affects others the less, if you know what I mean. Okay? So, yeah. It's not going to go after what you want. It's not going to work out quite how you envisioned either. So, and if you don't choose carefully and choose the higher path, it will backfire on you. Okay? But I think that, yeah, what you need to do is just take a step back and make sure the choice you're making is for the right reasons. I think that's a cautionary card, okay? In going after your dreams, that you're doing it for the right reasons. Okay? And Nancy T, you're the last card for tonight. I hope you guys find it like this new way of doing things. Oh, Craig. My God. I'm not commenting. My grandfather was from Tasmania, so I can't comment on anything about cousins, okay? Nancy T. Nancy T. A card for Nancy T, my darling. Okay, you're the Princess of Autumn, which is again the opportunity card, the Page of Pentacles. Responsible, cheerful tea. Guys, what can you tell me about this card? I do feel like you've got something going on. And hi, Donna Carey. Dana, could you come back on Thursday? I'm just about to wrap up after this card. And I can put you down for a one card reading on Thursday if you like. Thursday, same time on Thursday. I've started introducing one card readings, but they're only one card. Okay. So Dana Terry. I do feel like this is. I think you might mediate a settlement. I think you might mediate a settlement. When I closed my eyes, I saw mediation going through there. So definitely go mediation. Okay. I think that might work out. Okay. So Dana Terry, I've just got mediation for you. I think might work out best before. Try that before you go the lawsuit route. Okay. Now, Nancy T, this opportunity is coming, but it might be a bit of a disruption for this opportunity, and it might feel like it's gone off track a little bit, or it might stall because of the disruption, but it will still happen. You just need to keep pushing it to happen. Okay. So, so don't let go of it because there's a little bit of a disruption or a pause or a delay with it. Okay. Keep going for that opportunity because it will happen, but there might be a little bit of a pause or a delay. Okay, Nancy T. Anyway, I'm going to go now, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, if you want full readings, I'm happy to do them. They do cost, and my email's there, and you can email me for details. Okay. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. And, I love you all very much. You are a wonderful extension to my family. Yes, 8 a.m. Thursday US time, Steve. Yes, I'm moving it to the evenings. Okay. So, it just seems to work out a little bit better. So thank you all, guys, for joining me. And, store up your political questions. And on Thursday, when I come back, when I do the one card readings, if you've had a couple of readings in the last few days, okay, so that, okay, so, but, so I'll be doing some more one card readings. Okie dokie, I love you all. Take care. Stay safe, stay happy, stay strong, stay loving, and stay healthy. And I'll talk to you. Oh, Michelle, you just missed me, darling. Okay, bye-bye.